what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a very special video as we are interviewing one of the best South African Fortnite players, Neymar. If you guys don't know anything about Neymar, which would be pretty crazy, he has performed the best in FNCS out of all the high ping players. So yeah, in this video we're going to get a lot of insight from him, some advice for you guys, and also some insights on how he plays on high ping with the disadvantage. So yeah, if you do enjoy this video, do be sure to drop a like, and also if you are new, please do subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you want to directly support me differently from subscribing, I would really appreciate if you use my code Letzler. If you guys do use it and send me a photo on Twitter, I will follow you back. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Okay, Neymar, so explain to us, how did you get into competitive Fortnite?
Okay, well, around May 2019, I saw Clouds on YouTube and I ended up playing with him. And SA Open League hosted a duo tournament and we came third in that. And then my first big prize pool tournament, it was a LAN that Mega Gaming hosted. I came first and I don't know, it just kind of took off from there.
Was that on console or was that when you got your PC?
No, so I got my PC in August and I played the LAN on my PC, but the first duo tournament I played on console.
Yeah, no, interesting that you said you came to the community because of Cloud's stream, because it was also similar to me, because I was playing with Woke, and then Woke was like, this guy streams customs, we should play them and try to find a third. And then yeah, that's how I got into the com, because I had no clue about it or anything.
Yeah, the way I got into the com, I was watching his stream one day and he said to like his chat or whatever, he was like, chat, how many wins do you have? And like, you know, back then wins were like a big thing, and I had like over 1,500, and he was like, oh cool, we need to like play sometime. And I played with him and he kind of did really well. Yeah.
Okay, getting into the next question, it's a pretty interesting one. And how do you go about playing international tournaments with your ping disadvantage? So yeah, that would mean like, how do you go about cash cups and FNCS and all of that, concerning you on 100 ping?
Okay, well, solo cash cups, I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you. The last few solo cash cups I haven't played. I just don't wanna I don't wanna ruin my mental. It's weird because sometimes I die in a situation because of my ping, I feel like, and I could have clutched it if I was on lower ping. So I just usually don't play the solo cash cups unless I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Trio cash cups I play with Woken and Travis. We haven't missed one. And FNCS, yeah, it's FNCS. We all just play it. I just feel like we do play a bit slower compared to ZA tournaments, which is normal because obviously we are at a disadvantage. But yeah.
Yeah. So you said, for example, you don't like playing cash cups because of your ping, the solo ones, but you did actually make it to solo FNCS invitationals, if I'm right. It was called that.
Yeah.
So how was that tournament like, and what was your strategy going into it? Did you think you could actually make it to grands?
Well, yeah, through serious points, 100%. I was on 200 ping at the time, which is crazy. I still can't believe I did that because Emmy was broken all the time. Exit didn't work. I just kind of played it slow and I had my pop-off games. I won 2 of the games, which got me really good serious points. And then in the opens, I played really, really well because all the pros were playing the cash cup because they all went through. And I ended up coming 4th, which was really nice. But yeah. Yeah,
so would you say the most important thing on high ping is just consistency, because it's kind of hard to have a big 20 kill pop-off game?
Well, yeah, consistency 100%. And then if you end up not being consistent, you need a pop-off game. And I mean, in opens it's possible, maybe semis, yeah, but coming onto the big games, it's hard. Like, you can't always get into that position where you can drop 20 kills.
Being obviously Fortnite being one of the main things you do, what do you do to keep a good schedule, or what is your schedule like? How do you fit in everything, and is there certain times of the day that you play?
Yeah, so well, right now my sleep schedule is kind of messed up. I'd kind of wake up, right? I'd have breakfast, I'd do my workout, and I'd probably get on around 2 to 3, and depending if there's a tournament or qual, I'll play until that ends. So for example, if the qual starts at 4, right, and I get on at 2, I won't play until like 3, until I have to warm up, because I don't want to like burn myself out. I'll play the qual, which is about 2-3 hours, then I have my break, and I won't play. Let's say if the qual ended at 6, right, I'll have supper and stuff, and then I have a break until like 8, 8:30, and then I'll maybe hop on if I'm really feel like it, and then I'll just grind scrims with Travis and them if they want to play, or just play creative.
So obviously playing a lot of Fortnite and obviously being on our high ping, it really weighs you down, but what do? You mentioned mentality earlier with the cash couple. What do you do to keep a good mentality?
I don't know, I usually just don't get super mad at things unless it's something that I can't control. Like if it's something with ping or if zone pulls max and it's really something I can't control, then yeah, I'd get mad because it's like I can't fix it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Where if it's something where I died to a player because I did a wrong peak, like I can fix that so it's normal, or I'm missing shots, I can fix that, you know what I mean? It's
What I kind of learned from you over the time is that, yeah, you have your moments of getting angry at the game. I mean, who doesn't? But don't you normally just reset your mentality no matter what going into the next game? Because I've seen in ZA quite a few times you've had a bad game 1, game 2, and still come out winning the next 3 games and winning the whole tournament or something like that.
yeah, because it's definitely possible. Anything's possible, and if we need to win 2 games to come first, it is possible. You just have to know it's possible. You can't think about the bad game, only think about it after the tournament or something. And then, like for me personally, I think about it, right? I know what I did wrong, and I don't want to speak about it or think about it constantly after that. Like, okay, I know what I did wrong, now I need to fix it. I don't want to keep on thinking about it constantly, because then it just ruins my mental.
Okay, so next is a question I'm sure a lot of people are wondering, because a lot of people have ambitions to join an org, but they don't really know the steps on how to get there. So what advice would you give to people who are trying to grind for an org, and what would be like your do's and don'ts for joining an org?
Well, don't be toxic. That's like #1 thing, right? Also, you have to be a good player. You can't just not be a good player and expect to join an org, right? So placements are a factor. Just being consistent with your placements, placing in big tourneys. It's kind of how you get recognized from orgs and just in the comm in general. That's how you grow.
Mm-hmm.
And just have a good social media status. Yeah, just don't be toxic. You know what I mean? I guess.
Yeah, I think a lot of people, because a lot of people get that wrong. They just tweet whatever's on their mind, or they want to roast people on Twitter. But then what they don't realize is that, firstly, for the bigger orgs, it becomes a brand risk when you tweet dumb stuff. So
Yeah.
an org, before they even approach you, will probably check your Twitter, or if people already have an idea of who you are, then they won't sign you. So you because I know that was one of Work's biggest problems until he fixed it up a long time ago, was that a lot of people perceived him as toxic, and he wasn't even coherently toxic. It was just a lot of people viewed him that way because of how he acted in game and over mic and stuff like that. So like, you gotta fix it up. It doesn't matter how good you are, if you're very toxic, it's gonna be hard for you to join an org.
100%.
Okay, what keeps you motivated? Playing the game so much, what really pushes you to do the best and carry on doing the best as you have been for the past couple of years?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I always want to improve, and also my goal is to go overseas, hopefully this year or next year. So if that can happen, of course I can keep on playing, and then when that happens, I'll be ready for it and then pop off. That's my thing. I feel like there's always tournaments coming up. I can win a tournament. I love winning tournaments, just the winning feeling.
Yeah, 100%.
It's really good, so that's just like my motivation, I guess.
Yeah, well, I mean, 100% if you have an end goal, because I think one thing I've noticed a lot is that people have a lot of motivation until they join an org, and then if that was their main goal, then they just completely lose it, you know what I mean? You see that quite a lot with some people, especially when they join like an org that, I don't want to say it's not really that good, but an org that doesn't really push you. So they join an org, and then they're like, okay, what now? So the fact that you have a main goal, and that is to go play overseas and do well, then I'm sure that's a huge source of motivation.
100%. And also with Bravado, being part of Bravado, I need to represent them well, you know?
No,
like
100%.
for me, they definitely top 1 ZA org, and you need to show why you're in that org. You need to show why they have picked you up and stuff. So still need to be on top, be in my best form.
Yeah, I completely agree. Okay, so the next question is, I know a lot of people, especially when they get new to the game, I know I used to have this problem when I put a lot of pressure on myself, but do you ever get nervous, and do you have any advice for getting nervous in a tournament and how to prevent it?
Okay, well, I'm gonna be honest, in team game modes, I usually don't. Well, unless it's like a really big tournament like Heats or an insane big ZA tournament, I really don't, because I have confidence in my teammates, and if I do make a mistake, I can rely on them. Solos, I don't know, it's usually when I can I am nervous, even if it's just a normal solo tourney. If there's a prize pool, I am nervous. Not that nervous, but I am nervous. It's usually when I get a good kill or if I have a good game, then my confidence shoots up. I don't know, you just have to have confidence in yourself and believe in yourself to get first place, and then I don't know, the nerves go away once you.
Yeah, I mean, personally,
Get out.
my advice for the nerves would be, firstly, people shouldn't put as much pressure on yourself, especially if you're new to the comm. Like, you
True.
shouldn't, like, when I first joined the community, I always put so much pressure on myself to place in tournaments, and yeah, it happened here and there, but I would, like, get so nervous. In, say, for example, I was top 2 in a solo game, and then I got contested. I would be so nervous, and then the only way I fix it, obviously, as you said, in team game modes, it's perfectly fine because you always have someone to rely on. You have someone who can keep
Yeah.
your mental in check. But overall, like, having somebody with you in, like, in Discord or anything in solos definitely helps. But also just realize that at the end of the day, even if you're a big pro, like, if you come last place, or obviously you won't come last, but you know, if you don't place, then nobody really cares about it. Everybody's really focused on themselves. Obviously they'll
Yeah.
be like, oh yeah, Neymar didn't place, but then they'll forget about it in 2-3 days.
Exactly, 100%.
Next up is, how did you prepare for FNCS to do so well? What was, because obviously coming in, you did form a new trio. You went with this trio from prior season, so how did you guys prepare for FNCS?
Well, we did a lot of scrims, even though they weren't the best of scrims. We played a lot of SAQR opens, focused on what we need to focus on, which was our end game in off spawn fights, and then you just need to also be ready for it, and then you need to get used to the play style. So literally just practice. That's all it takes, I guess. Once you have good practicing and then good confidence in your teammates and yourself, you should be sorted.
Yeah, the thing is, I think that I completely agree with you that you need good practice, but there's a lot of people that play the same amount as everyone that does well, but they don't put their time in efficiently, you know what I mean? So they're not playing the right stuff, they're not warming up correctly, they're not playing scrims, and they're not, like, VOD reviewing, which is what we're going to talk about in a bit. But, like, so yeah, I definitely think, obviously practice makes perfect, but the most important thing is you need to make sure you're practicing the right things, and definitely
100%,
practice your
yeah.
weaknesses. What are your tips for finding a good trio that works well, and also what do you need to have in a trio to perform?
Okay, well, the main thing is, right, there's no solo tourney, so you can't prove yourself in solos, but also you need to drop your ego and pride. So yeah, you can think you're a good player, but you can't expect to play with the best of the best players. Like, for example, you can play with a bad player, but if your chem works well, you guys will do well, you know? You just set
Yeah,
your expectations
100%.
high, but not too high. Don't think you're gonna play with the best players just because you think you're the best or something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And also in a trio, you're gonna need an IGL, and if you and your trio decide, okay, you IGLing, like, let that person IGL. Don't over talk him or
Or try and make
interrupt.
different comms, like, be like, he
Exactly,
says rotate
exactly.
this way, you're like, no, I think this other way is better.
Yeah, it's better to, if let's say he makes the wrong call, to go left, but if you all die left, at least you guys listen to him and you can sort about it after. Rather not say, okay, I'm going right and he goes left, and then you guys die in different situations. It doesn't work like that.
No, I completely agree. Also, one thing is, as much as you want to trio with the best possible players that are creative, like players that are really good, at the end of the day, I don't think you can be a good trio if you're not friends with the person. So,
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
rather focus on finding people who you have good chemistry with, who you can actually. Because the thing is, if you want to be the best, you need to play a lot. So
Yeah.
you can't play a lot, 8 hours a day, with someone who you're not even friends with, who you can't make jokes with, or who it just feels like, because then it's just gonna feel like a job to you, like
Yeah.
like you're not gonna want to prac. So yeah, I'd say prioritize comfortability, chemistry, and obviously I feel like obviously what people look at mainly first is skill. I feel like you should look at skill actually like third or fourth. Obviously they have to be a good player, but you can do a lot better with someone who's more like, who you can build better chemistry with and who actually listens to you, rather than someone who's better than the aforementioned person
Yeah.
and that you can't get anything out of them. There, you guys aren't good friends. So yeah. Okay, so do you VOD review any pros, and how do you go about VOD reviewing if you do?
Well, no. Be dead as honest. We only VOD review. Well, I'm talking about trios right now. If we landing a new drop and we don't know how to play it, we'd watch a pro lands there and get used to that. But no, I just watch the streams. You can say when someone's streaming like Benji or something, I'd watch it because I really enjoy it, and I'll just take little notes down. But no, I don't VOD review that much unless it's something that we playing and we made a mistake, then we'd go do it. But
Yeah,
not
but you do watch like other pros, because obviously that's
Yeah, yeah,
important to carry on learning from people who are better than you in a sense.
Oh yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Okay, and lastly, what are you most excited for in this upcoming year in Fortnite wise?
Well, right now, since we're in March, I'm really excited for the tournaments. I feel like there's quite a bit of tournaments this month. Around 5, the prize pools are decent for ZA. I'm really looking forward to Trio FNCS. I'm really confident in our trio. And
Yeah.
the new season as well. I'm hoping pumps come back. If they come back, I'm gonna really enjoy the game.
No, yeah, I'm the same. I mean, people say this every season, but I'm optimistic for the season. I hope the feedback they've gotten, I hope they have statistics or whatever, and that the statistics are in our favor, because I know a lot of the time they change favorable updates such as a pump due to apparently more like unskilled players stopping the play,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But yeah, hopefully a new fun meta will be nice, and new POIs and everything. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. But yeah, is there anything last you'd like to say? Shout out your socials, anything?
Nothing, no. Nothing.
Okay, but if you would like to check Neymar, he will be in the description and everything. And yeah, let's move to the outro. So yeah guys, that's the end of the video. If you did make it this far and you haven't already, please do drop a like and also subscribe if you're new. It really does help me a lot. Also drop a comment if you want to see more videos like this. And yeah, all of Neymars socials will be in the description below. If you don't already, go follow and subscribe to him. I really appreciate him being on this video. And yeah, my name's Letzler, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.